Welcome, mobile traders. This is Mobile Stocks, the platform that teaches and promotes people with full-time lives how to part-time trade and invest in the stock market. I'm your instructor, Bradley LC. Of today's topic, I want to talk about start planting. This is the video where we're going to focus on sectors of the market that fits your thesis. So basically, if you watch the first video, you should understand that the first video was about checking the temperature of the stock market. Once you can, have your conclusion on what you think the temperature is, if you think it's going to be a buyer's market or a seller's market, you want to focus in on specific sectors that fits your thesis. So right now, currently, as I'm making this video, it is March the 26th, 2021, and I believe that the market is about to be in a bearish state. So I want to find sectors that's already in a bearish state or close to being one by utilizing certain tools that I'm about to show you guys. And once you do that, you pick out the best chart setups. And if the market goes down the way that I think it's going to go down, with a sector that's already in the works of going down, it makes it a lot faster for it to go down, and the gains will be a lot more at the end. You'll get more on your initial investment. So let's get into some examples right now. Okay, guys, what you're looking at right now is Finviz.com, Finviz.com. Is a great source to see the performance of sectors in the charts using the 50 MA line for support and resistance. So once you go to this website, you want to click on the tab that says Group at the top left-hand corner. Once you do that, below that, like displayed on this picture, it'll have the word charts. You want to click on that tab. Once you click on that, it'll show like a area chart. That's what they call it. Once it shows this, you can look at that orange line that represents the 50 MA line, and the 50 MA line is a significant MA line. A lot of traders, a lot of investors use for a great source of support and resistance. So once you see that line, you can see, depending on what you're going for, if you think the market is going to be in a bullish state, of course you want to find stocks. You want to find a sector that's above the 50 MA line. If you think it's going to be the opposite, a bearish, you want to find stocks that's below a sector that's below the 50 MA line. Okay, once you pick the sector that you want to be a part of, for this example, I picked technology because I think technology fits my thesis well. I think it's in a bearish state. You want to click that. A drop down of a bunch of charts to show up. When that happens, like the picture that's displayed above you, you want to click the button index. Once you click index, you want to come down to S&P 500. You want to click that tab so it can show you the companies in the S&P 500 that you can buy your puts into. Okay, after you looked at the list of stocks that you can possibly have a position in buying your puts, you want to decipher the ones that have a very clear trend. And for this example, AMD has a very clear trend. You see my two blue lines that I drew at the top. You can see is at a downtrend. It bounced off the top of the blue line, come down to the blue line, bounce up, come down. The blue line is drawn very poorly, so don't trip off of that. You get the idea of it. But once I see and identify a trend like this might be something that I possibly want to buy puts into. In addition to this being in a downtrend, if you look at the blue line that Finviz provided, you can see that was a great source for support. And it looks like pretty soon it can possibly break through support. Now, it's always probability, so we can be wrong. It can actually bounce up, but you have to ask yourself, what's the probability of it bouncing down and it's already in a downtrend? And on top of that, your thesis that you're already thinking that the market is going to be at a bearish point. So that's just an extra note to add in to think about. Okay, next I want to take my ticker AMD, move it over to my Weibo search engine. Once I search it, I want to look at it from different perspectives. Right here on the chart that you see above you, is my daily perspective. Next, I want to look at my weekly perspective. Then I want to look at my monthly perspective. You want to look at it in all perspectives so you can see that it aligns with what you think is going to happen. On my daily chart, you can see that it's below my 200 MA line. Right here on my weekly, it's at my 50 MA line. And right here on my monthly, it's below my 10 MA line. Okay, right now I want to focus on the daily chart for AMD. I want to give you a larger than life perspective on it. The way that I look at charts, the way it's beneficial for me. I don't make that many trades a year. It's 252 trading days that you can make a trade on per year. I may trade between 2 to 3 times a week, which gives me around roughly 96 trades a year, 100, stretching it out for me. I don't have to trade every day, and you shouldn't have to trade every day. I wait for great chart setups. I wait for some form of catalyst that I think that's about to happen that's going to push it so I can get more bang for my buck. And if you're looking at the chart right now, this is all, probability of the zones that I believe that it can reach. If I was to buy calls on it at this blue line sitting at 83.27, that's the next in a very strong resistant level for the upside. And that's around $6. If I was to buy calls on it, I could make an upside of $6 versus me buying puts $22 from the downside, in my opinion, before I see this thing reaching some real support level, because technology was going up a lot after the corona, and AMD is a semiconductor stock. So I think that this can actually drop and get us around a $22 gain if I was to buy puts on it. Always remember that you as a trader, you have to decide if you're comfortable with making this trade. Okay, wrapping it up. I myself as a trader would feel comfortable with trading AMD because of these 3 things. 1, as a tech stock, it falls under the tech sector. It's a semiconductor, and we've seen from Finviz that it's underneath of our 50 MA line, which we discussed was the important MA line for investors and traders alike. 2, it fits with my thesis that the stock market is going to go down. And 3, the probability is more downside in this stock right now than it is upside.